Hello, and welcome to the English Listening and Speaking Practice podcast. I'm your host, Henry, and I'm really glad you're here with me today. In this episode, we're going to talk about something very important for every English learner, and that is how to learn vocabulary. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever learned a new word and then forgotten it the next day? Or maybe you've seen the same word many times, but you're still not sure what it means or how to use it. If this sounds like you, don't worry. You are not alone. Many English learners have the same problem. But here's the good news. Learning vocabulary doesn't have to be so hard. You just need the right methods, the right tools, and some good habits. And that's exactly what we'll talk about today. So if you want to grow your English vocabulary, speak more confidently, and understand more when you read and listen, stay with me. This episode is full of helpful tips, easy examples, and simple ways to make vocabulary learning part of your daily life. All right, let's get started by understanding something very basic. What exactly is vocabulary? Before we learn how to build vocabulary, let's first understand what vocabulary really means. Vocabulary simply means the words you know and use in a language. These are the words you understand when you read or listen, and the words you use when you speak or write. We can think of vocabulary like a toolbox. The more tools or words you have, the more things you can do with the language. You can speak more clearly, write better sentences, and understand more when people talk to you. Now, let's talk about two important types of vocabulary. 1. Passive vocabulary. Passive vocabulary is the words you understand, but you don't really use when you speak or write. For example, you may know the word enormous when you read it in a book, and you know it means very big. But maybe you don't use it when you talk. That means it's in your passive vocabulary. 2. Active vocabulary. Active vocabulary is the words you can use when you speak or write. For example, if you often say, "That house is big," the word big is part of your active vocabulary because you use it yourself. Most learners understand many more words than they use. That's normal. But if you want to speak and write better, your goal should be to move words from passive to active vocabulary. And don't worry, I'll show you how to do that in the next sections. But for now, just remember, vocabulary equals the words you know. Passive vocabulary equals words you understand. Active vocabulary equals words you use. All right, now that we know what vocabulary is, let's talk about something many learners face. Why learning vocabulary can feel hard sometimes. All right, now that we know what vocabulary is, let's talk about something very real. Why is learning vocabulary sometimes so difficult? Many English learners feel frustrated when they try to learn new words. You may study a word today, but forget it tomorrow. Or you see a word many times, but you still can't remember how to say it, or how to use it in a sentence. Let's talk about a few common reasons why this happens. Reason 1. You don't see the word often enough. If you see a word only one time, it's very easy to forget. Our brain needs to see or hear a new word many times to remember it. That's called repetition, and it's very important. Reason 2. You learn words without context sometimes. We try to memorize long lists of words, like 50 random words with no sentences or examples. This can be very hard for your brain. If you learn a word in a sentence or in a real situation, it's much easier to understand and remember. Reason 3. You don't use the word. Let's say you learn a new word like delicious. If you don't say it or write it yourself, your brain will forget it. We remember words better when we use them. Speaking and writing are very powerful tools. Reason 4. You try to learn too many words at once. Some learners try to learn 30, 50, or even 100 new words in one day. That's too much. Your brain gets tired and you forget most of them. It's better to learn a few words at a time, but learn them well. Reason 5. You don't review learning a word. One time is not enough. You have to see it again, say it again, and use it again. If you don't review words after a few days or weeks, they can disappear from your memory. So, if you've been trying to learn vocabulary and it feels hard, now you know why. But don't feel bad. These are very common problems. The good news is there are many ways to fix them. In the next part of the podcast, we'll talk about the best ways to learn vocabulary the smart way, so that it's easier to remember and use. Welcome back. Now, let's talk about the most important part of today's episode: how to learn vocabulary in the best and easiest ways. If you've ever tried memorizing a long list of words and forgot most of them, you are not alone. The truth is, the way we learn makes a big difference. So let me share with you some of the best ways to learn vocabulary that actually work and are simple to use every day. 1. Learn words in context. Don't just learn a word by itself. Learn it in a sentence, a story, or a real conversation. When you learn a word in context, your brain connects it to meaning, emotion, and situation, and that makes it easier to remember. Instead of just hungry, feeling you want to eat. Try, I'm so hungry, I haven't eaten since morning. The second way is more natural, and you're more likely to remember and use it. 2. Use flashcards. Flashcards are simple but powerful. You write the word on one side and the meaning or a sentence on the other. You can use paper flashcards, DIY at home, apps like Anki or Quizlet, digital flashcards. Flashcards help you review words again and again, which is great for memory. 3. Try spaced repetition. This sounds like a big word, but it's simple. Spaced repetition means you review words after some time, not all at once. For example, Day 1. Learn the word. Day 2. Review it. Day 4. Review again. Day 7. Review again. Each time you wait a little longer. This helps your brain remember for the long term. Many apps like Anki and Memrise use this system automatically. 4. Make word lists, but smart ones. It's okay to write down new words, just make sure they are useful to you. Try making thematic lists. For example, food words, travel words, shopping words, daily word logs, 5 new words a day that you heard, read, or learned. Don't just copy random lists from the internet. Use words that come from your real life, interests, or lessons. 5. Use pictures and associations. Our brain loves images. Try connecting a word to a picture or feeling. Example: for the word cold, picture snow or someone wearing a big jacket. You can also make fun connections. Angry. Imagine a red face, tired. Imagine someone yawning. These pictures help the word stick in your brain. 6. Speak and write with the new words. This is one of the most important tips. The more you use a word, the faster it becomes part of your active vocabulary. Try this. After learning 5 new words, write a short story using all of them. Say a sentence with each word aloud. Use them in a conversation or record yourself speaking. Using words helps you remember how to use them, not just what they mean. So let's quickly review. Learn words in context. Use flashcards. Review with spaced repetition. Make your own word lists. Connect words with pictures. Speak and write using new words. These are not hard to do, and if you practice just a few of them every day, you'll see big progress over time. In the next section, we'll talk about something very practical: how to make vocabulary learning a daily habit. Welcome back. Now that you know the best ways to learn vocabulary, let's talk about something just as important: making vocabulary learning a daily habit. Why are habits so important? Because learning a few words every day is better than learning 100 words once a month. Small steps, done daily, bring big results. Here are some easy and smart habits you can follow to learn vocabulary every single day, even if you're busy. 1. Read or listen to English every day. One of the best ways to grow your vocabulary is by reading and listening to English regularly. You don't have to study a whole book. Just a little, every day, is enough. Try short news articles, easy English podcasts, YouTube videos with subtitles, graded readers, books for English learners. Tip: when you see a new word, write it down. Try to understand it from the context, then check the meaning. 2. Keep a vocabulary notebook or app. Always carry a small notebook, or use your phone, to write new words you find. For each new word, write the word, a simple meaning, a sentence using it. This helps you organize your learning and review later. Example: word, confused. Meaning, not sure what's happening. Sentence, I was confused during the test. 3. Learn 5 to 10 words a day. Don't try to learn too many words at once. Just 5 to 10 words a day is enough if you really understand and use them. Here's how. Choose 5 words from something you read or heard. Practice saying them. Use each one in a sentence. Review them the next day. Slow and steady wins the race. 4th, review regularly. Learning is not just about adding new words. It's about remembering them too. Use review days. Every few days, go back and look at your notebook. Say the words out loud. Test yourself. Can I still use this word in a sentence? Apps with spaced repetition, like Anki, can also help you review words at the right time. 5. Use English in real life. If you don't use English, it's hard to grow your vocabulary. You can write short texts or diary entries using new words. Practice with a language partner or tutor. Record yourself speaking. Talk to yourself using new words. Yes, it's okay. The more you use English, the more words you will remember. 6. Make it fun. Learning vocabulary doesn't have to be boring. Try word games like crossword puzzles or word searches, watching English movies with subtitles, singing along to English songs, setting daily word challenges, e.g., today I'll use the word delicious 5 times. If you enjoy the process, you'll keep doing it, and that's the key to success. So to sum up, here are your daily habits. Read or listen to English every day. Keep a vocabulary notebook. Learn just 5 to 10 words a day. Review words, often use English in real life. Make it fun and interesting. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 habits, and add more when you're ready. Just keep going, and your vocabulary will grow, one day at a time. Coming up next, I'll share some of the best tools and resources to help you learn vocabulary faster and easier. Welcome back. Now that you know the best ways and daily habits for learning vocabulary, let's make things even easier by using some great tools and resources. There are many helpful apps, websites, and learning tools that can save you time and make learning more fun. You don't have to use all of them. Just pick the ones that match your learning style. Let's go through some of my top recommendations. 1. Vocabulary apps. These apps are made for learning new words in a smart way. Many of them use pictures, example sentences, and spaced repetition. Here are some great options. Anki, a flashcard app that uses spaced repetition. You can create your own flashcards or download sets made by other learners. Quizlet, another popular flashcard app. It has games, quizzes, and audio. Very good for beginners and visual learners. Memrise, this app, teaches vocabulary with pictures, videos, and real-life phrases. It's fun and easy to use daily. Drops, good for short sessions, only 5 minutes a day. Very visual, great for learning basic words. 2. Websites for learning English vocabulary. There are many websites that offer free vocabulary lessons, word lists, and games. Here are a few simple and reliable ones. BBC Learning English. Great for learning new words in news stories, conversations, and videos. Elo.org. Free listening lessons with vocabulary and quizzes. Very good for hearing how words are used in real situations. EnglishClub.com has vocabulary by topic, games, and even slang words. Vocabulary.com. A great website to learn the meaning of words and how to use them. It gives examples and quizzes, too. 3. Dictionaries made for learners. Some dictionaries are easier to understand and better for English learners. They explain words in simple English and give examples. Try these: Cambridge Learner's Dictionary, Oxford Learner's Dictionary, Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. These dictionaries are available online and often include clear meanings, example sentences, word pronunciation, word forms noun, verb, adjective, etc. 4. YouTube channels and podcasts. You can also learn new words by listening. Here are a few easy and useful channels. LEF, Learn English Fast, YouTube. Fun lessons with lots of vocabulary explained clearly. BBC Learning English, the English we speak. Learn new phrases and idioms in short episodes. English Class 101, tons of vocabulary lessons and conversations with subtitles. The English Learning Made Simple podcast. Yes, this one. Simple English tips and vocabulary. Always here to help. 5. Fun and creative tools. Make vocabulary, learning fun with tools like word search games, crossword puzzles, language exchange apps like Tandem or HelloTalk. Chat with real people and learn new words naturally. So, to wrap it up, here's a quick list of the best tools. Flashcard apps like Anki, Quizlet, Memrise Vocabulary, websites like BBC Learning English and Vocabulary.com, learner dictionaries with simple explanations, YouTube channels and podcasts, games and language exchange apps. Try a few of these tools this week. Choose the ones that fit your routine. And remember, the goal is to make vocabulary learning easy, fun, and part of your daily life. Next up, we'll talk about something important: the mistakes you should avoid when learning vocabulary. Welcome back. You've already learned so much about how to build your vocabulary the smart way. But before we finish, let's talk about something just as important: the common mistakes many learners make when trying to learn vocabulary. The truth is, even if you're working hard, some habits might be slowing you down. Don't worry. These mistakes are very common. I'll explain each one and show you how to fix it. Let's jump in. Mistake 1. Trying to memorize long lists of words. Many learners think, if I study 100 words today, I'll speak better English tomorrow. But that doesn't really work. If you just memorize a list without context, your brain can't remember the words easily. What to do instead? Learn fewer words, but in sentences and real situations. Quality is better than quantity. Mistake 2. Not reviewing words. Learning a word once is not enough. If you don't review it, your brain will forget. What to do instead? Use tools like flashcards, notebooks, or apps that help you review words regularly. Even 5 minutes a day helps. Mistake 3. Not using new words. If you learn a new word but never say it or write it, it will stay in your passive memory, or disappear completely. What to do instead? Use new words in sentences, conversations, writing, speaking practice, even talking to yourself. The more you use it, the stronger the memory. Mistake 4. Learning words without understanding them. Some learners write down the meaning of a word in their native language and move on. But they don't really understand how to use the word. What to do instead? Learn the word with an English definition, an example sentence, the word's form, noun, verb, etc. That way, you don't just know what it means, you know how to use it. Mistake 5. Focusing only on difficult or rare words. It's exciting to learn fancy words like notwithstanding or superfluous. But these are not common in daily English. What to do instead? Focus on the most common and useful words first. These are the words you'll hear and use in daily life. You can find lists of top 1,000 most used English words. Words by topic, e.g., travel, work, food, mistake. 6. Giving up too quickly. Vocabulary learning takes time. Some learners get frustrated if they forget a word or can't remember it fast. What to do instead? Be patient. It's normal to forget. What matters is that you keep going. Review again. Practice again. It will get easier with time. So let's review the mistakes to avoid. Memorizing long word lists. Not reviewing new words. Not using the words you learn. Only translating without full understanding. Focusing on rare words too early. Giving up when it feels hard. If you can avoid these mistakes and follow the good habits we talked about earlier, your vocabulary will grow faster and learning will feel much easier. Now, in the final part of this episode, I'll leave you with some encouragement and a final message to help you stay motivated on your vocabulary journey. All right, my friend, we've reached the end of today's episode on how to learn vocabulary. Let's take a moment to breathe, reflect, and wrap it all up. Learning vocabulary is not about being perfect. It's about taking small steps every day. If you keep showing up, keep trying, and keep smiling through the process, you will get better. That's a promise. Let's quickly remember what we talked about. We learned what vocabulary is and why it's so important. We talked about why learning new words can feel hard sometimes. We explored the best ways to learn vocabulary, using context, repetition, and real-life practice. We looked at daily habits to make learning part of your life. We discovered tools and apps to help you learn faster. And we talked about common mistakes to avoid. That's a lot. And the best part? You don't have to do everything at once. Just choose one small thing to do today. Maybe write down 5 new words from this podcast. Or download an app and make your first flashcard. Or speak one new word out loud while you walk. Whatever it is, start small. And do it with joy. And remember, vocabulary learning is a journey, not a race. You are growing step by step, word by word. And I'm proud of you for being here. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope this episode helped you feel more confident and excited about learning English vocabulary. Until next time, keep learning, keep smiling, and keep going. This is Henry, signing off, and I'll see you in the next episode of the English Listening and Speaking Practice podcast.